nice and honest, all of us have our own dreams, our own vasanas which are pushing us from inside. So if you feel that they are pushing and you need to fulfill, then there is no point in suppressing it. You have to transcend it. There are two completely different things that I am saying. Transcending the vasana and fulfilling it is different, and suppressing is different. Transcending and fulfilling are normal, and suppressing is abnormal. It will show up on the body as a disease or in some form or the other. So there is no point in suppressing. With the help of knowledge, you can transcend, or you can even fulfill, and then realize that, oh, this is bringing sukha dukkha only. So maybe I should transcend this, not suppress at any point of time. The same topic will continue now, chapter 3. We have reached that point where it is said that it was the next page where it said, this is the one central idea in the Gita: work incessantly, but be not attached to it. The whole issue is we work and we are attached to it also. Everybody got the page? We shall try to understand what is meant by this non-attachment to work. After that, the next para. I think it is immediately third page. Secret of work, half page is the second and third page. Right? Everybody on the same page? Yes? Okay. So this is one central idea in the Gita. Work incessantly means don't work like, okay, tomorrow I'll do little today. No, work with full vigor, like crazy. Okay? But don't be attached to it. This is exactly what he did. So he is speaking from what he is doing. Working incessantly, day and night, giving lectures, non-stop, everything. And then he was not attached to it. Our problem is we do little bit of work and we are so attached to it. I did that, I did this, that I is very much ahead. So samskara can be translated very, nearly by inherent tendency. Now, the whole paragraph is a description of samskaras only. So this is tendencies, okay? Tendencies, using the simile of a lake of the mind, every ripple, every wave that rises in the mind, when it subsides, it leaves a mark, okay? And this mark is called samskara or impression. In English, it is called impression. It is also called tendency. This is the most important thing that we all have no clue about. But this is what we all are today. It is our tendencies. When we say, I want free will, and I asked everybody, okay, you're free to will, but is your will free? Where is the will coming from? The will is arising out of this samskara, this tendencies. And there is a package that is already brought with the birth, plus genetics. And third is conditioning, further conditioning. The conditioning that I was speaking of, you do something, condition, impression, pakka. Do again, impression gets stronger. Do any action. So we have a good number of tendencies which are equal. There is good, there is bad. Good and bad is subjective. But technically, what takes us more towards our goodness and feeling of goodness, and what takes us towards the world more and more, is not great tendencies. Okay? But again, it is subjective. Whichever you will water, whichever you will feed, that means whichever you will act upon will form strong impressions. Like suppose I had said by mistake you came into some satsang, then you said, oh, this is good. And then somebody sent you an invite or a link or something. Again you went. And then again one impression. Then again and again. Like this maybe you did 10, 20, 30 times. Now this impression will naturally take you into satsang. Naturally take you. And you will feel, oh, I was planning the mall, but I saw that there is satsang, so I'll go for satsang. So everybody will say, oh, you're making such good choice. But honestly, did we make the choice? Did we have the choice? The tendency made the choice for us. The tendencies are that strong. Now the tendencies that we brought, that's like I always say, like a pen drive fitted in us. Okay, the tendencies are vasanas, also called as vasanas, the fragrance, the tendency, the inherent tendency, the impressions, the samskaras, all this is same. All are synonyms. This is, you could say, hiding in the chitta. Chitta. Chitta is mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, memory. In the memory are these vasanas. So they are hidden. Okay. So when you do something, it's like, as you understand in English, the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. In between, there is a subconscious also, which was recently introduced. But there's a mind, there's a conscious mind, and there's an unconscious mind. In between, there is a subconscious mind. So these are the minds. So this is all chitta. That's what is chitta vritti also. At that time, this whole thing comes up, the mana buddhi chitta ahankara. Understand that the mana buddhi are generally acting as tools, like for emotion, like a heart and a brain. They're working like that. Okay? The tools are working like that. But the chitta by itself is quite sufficient. It has all the tools, it has the memory. In the memory, there are vasanas, all the impressions, everything that I think, do, speak gets impressed more and more, and the samskara becomes stronger. Now, this samskara decides our destiny. It's called habit also, in another simple way. Habit. So every morning I get up and I brush my teeth. This is also samskara. But because there is no doership, there is no karma attached to it. That is the difference. The brushing does not get us any karma. No destiny is decided whether I brush or not. You may get more cavities and then you can say it is my karma, which is also cool. But the point is this, that where there is doership, there is karma. Where there is no doership, karma subsides. There is no karma. So as soon as there is a doership, there is an impression also, stronger impression. These impressions then start playing out for us in our life, calling the, you could say, cards for us. And we have no choice. This is where we feel lost at times, that, this also is not in my choice. Do I have any free will, or I don't have a free will? We have a free will, we have choice. But we have already made, and the tendencies are so strong that the tendencies are deciding for us. How do the vasanas work? The vasanas will, you could say, boil up and build or create a desire. Desire is like a vibration. And then the desire, ichha as it is called. This will bring thought. Thought will or will not result in an action. So the vasana will boil up and come as a desire, wanting to be fulfilled. See, that's the whole point of this birth. Why and how did this human body take birth as Naina? There was some vasana which made this body. To fulfill that vasana, this body was made. Doesn't matter what the vasana was, good or bad. It really doesn't matter. But unless there is a vasana, there is no body coming up. No subtle body, no physical body, nothing will come up. It will all come up only when there is a vasana. And this vasana, it is called seeds also. Okay? These are called seeds. If we in Yoga Vasishtha, we understand it as seeds. These impressions work like seeds. And there are lots of seeds in the Sanchita, which is the collective unconscious. So we have sacks of Sanchita in the collective unconscious or the cosmic intelligence. And we have little bit prarabdha, which few tendencies we brought, made this body decide that I'm going to fulfill all this in this life. And that runs our life. So we cannot blame anybody for anything that has happened in our life. Or actually, there is nobody who is also responsible for the good and bad in our life. This is our karma playing its role. And we have brought it. And the tendencies are there with us, based on that also. So the tendencies and the karma are all connected, interconnected. Right now, he is speaking about the tendencies, the impressions. and understand that every thought you think, every word you speak, and every action you act is all forming impressions. All forming impressions in the chitta, in our own chitta. So these impressions then become stronger, like a habit, and then say, okay, you got up in the morning, directly we enter the bathroom and take the brush. That has also become a habit now. This is all habits playing itself. So understand that the life is mostly habits and routines, which is okay. But understand that it's not, I will choose whether I want to do this or no. No, most of the time it's chosen. And we say, who is choosing for us? Our own tendencies and samskaras are pushing us in different directions. Okay, that's very important to understand, because generally we feel that I don't know how I ended up here or there or whatever. It is our vasanas. And believe me, we have no clue how many, what type of vasanas we have, what desires are lying hidden within us. That's why I said no suppression. Be open, be frank. Oh, I have these desires. Okay, I will fulfill it. Or I will, with knowledge, transcend it. But no suppression. Okay, no suppression. Control is good, but control comes with understanding of transcendence, with knowledge that I think this is better than this. I choose to do this. But understand that is also coming from a tendency. So slowly, slowly, when you understand this, you will drop the doership. Because what am I doing? Nothing I am doing. Okay? Every work that we do, every movement of the body, every thought that we think leaves such an impression on the mind stuff. That is chitta. And even when such impressions are not obvious on the surface, they are sufficiently strong to work beneath the surface subconsciously. Subconsciously, we are doing so many actions. Subconsciously, we are thinking so much. Subconsciously, we are picking that cookie and eating it. Subconsciously, we, did something. Think about, see, the solution, if you want for this, is mindfulness. If you want to, you can't change. You won't be able to change because it is so strong instantly, you can't do anything. But what you can do is, you can actually watch. So this is an exercise that all of you can do by yourself. Like you choose any activity, either while eating or cooking or cleaning or working in the office. Whatever action you want to choose, you choose. For maybe 10 to 15 minutes, make the mind centered and say that I am going to watch how the mind functions in all these activities that I am doing. And whatever you do, be mindful of that. Just be aware. Don't try to change anything. Just be aware how I pick the pen, how I write the notes, how I, make a point. All these are also mindfully can be done. For, small times, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, sit down and do this. Or if you're walking, how am I walking? Which foot do I put more weight on? This is mindful action without changing anything. Just aware of the action. Next is become aware of the speech. So, am I speaking and then speaking in my mind? Think of this. First I revise and then I speak. Or am I spontaneous? When I'm spontaneous, how am I speaking? What kind of speech am I uttering? All this. A lot of people I know and I've observed that they practice before they speak, even at home. Even with their own people, they do the practice that I will say this, then I will say this, then I will say, and then they will say. So they are not spontaneous. They are framing it. Okay? Observe that also. It's okay. And there are some who are just spontaneous. They are what they are, irrespective. But that also is to be observed. Okay, these are two things. Sometimes we don't want to hurt someone. So we, practice and then speak. But we always realize when a person is giving a practiced talk, conversation or a spontaneous conversation. It's very clear. Okay, observe that. Then sit down after some time and observe your thoughts. So this is Kaya Vacha Manasa. So what are the actions? What is the speech? And what are the thoughts? Observe this and be very mindful. Mindful is being aware. Oh, these are the thoughts that are coming in my mind. Where are they coming from? You can explore. Don't try to stop anything. Oh, I should not think. Let me think that. Don't guide. And even if the guidance happens, watch how the guidance happens. Oh, I was thinking that, and one of my tendencies said stop, and then this happened, and then I started observe like a third person, watching the whole scene happening in the mind.